So what's going on, guys? My name is MrDalekJD and I'm so pumped right now as we've just got the official Awakening DLC behind the scenes trailer where we get a look at the full multiplayer maps and our zombies map, the Eisendrache. I'm not going to waste any more time, I'm going to jump straight into this trailer, then afterwards I'll be back to break down the zombies. If you're hyped, smash that like button, subscribe, let's get into it.
Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is launched, and here at Treyarch, we couldn't be more excited about the millions of players around the world enjoying it every day. This is going to be an awesome season of DLC content, and it all begins with Awakening, and you won't want to miss it. 4 new, awesome multiplayer maps, and 1 mind-blowing zombies experience. Let's take a closer look at what the team's working on.
Awakening DLC for the multiplayer fans is going to be all about the maps. Every map is going to feel distinct and unique from the other maps. Every map is going to have a very purposeful and intentional design to structure around the movement system and also get players into those very satisfying kind of classic engagements, head-to-head, boots on the ground, cover-based combat. Gauntlet is a map that is set in a military training facility in which each of the 3 paths in the map is a very different environment. One of them is a jungle environment, one of them is an Arctic snowy climate, the other one is a rainy urban city scene. And for us, it was really all about playing up this core philosophy that we have about the 3-lane structure of our maps. And we just wanted to kind of go over the top on that front with both visuals and gameplay. Splash is just a playful, really vibrant map. It's set in an abandoned water theme park. There are a lot of twisty, windy, enclosed water slides connecting the paths from one to the other. It's a map that really is designed for the fluidity and the flow of going from one path to the other and the excitement of fighting through the enclosed water slides. That's just something that's a new twist. You know, we haven't done something like that before, and it was a fun opportunity for us to build that kind of gameplay into a map that's themed around a water park. I mean, it also has a lot of opportunities for underwater combat. We wanted to really play up that underwater swimming component of the game. Rise is set in snowy Zurich. It's on a construction facility. It really feels the most classic Call of Duty multiplayer of all the maps in the pack. It's really heavily focused on cover-to-cover combat. It has a lot of variety in its lane structure. One lane is very long, has a lot of cat and mouse gameplay to it, some wall running opportunities. The middle lane really pushes players into an intense choke point, kind of an arena where all the paths converge. And then the final path has a lot of underwater opportunities. I think that Rise is probably one of our most competitive maps in the set, and I think that it's going to be exciting to see. Hopefully it gets adopted into the esports season. I think that it's a lot of fun. Players are going to love it. The map that I'm most excited about in Awakening is Skyjacked for sure, which is a reimagining of the map Hijacked from Black Ops 2. It's fast, it's frenetic, it's chaotic. It's a different take, a different twist on the original because of all of the core movement opportunities that we have built into the map. It's just very exciting. It was a fun map for us to bring back.
In this chapter of our zombie story, we'll be introducing episode 4, the Eisendrache. This is the first chapter in an epic time-traversing zombies odyssey that will unfold over the course of Black Ops 3's 4 DLC packs in 2016. I'm a sucker for medieval castles. That's where we're going in Der Eisendrache. We've got this wonderful ancient castle that all the kind of evil forces and all the kind of mind-bending stuff that we do in our zombie storyline is all kind of infested in this one location. The castle was built upon an ancient site where many dark atrocities have occurred over the centuries. The site contains massive deposits of the recently discovered element 115. This allows us to kind of play with other narrative and thematic elements in a setting which is a personal favorite of mine. On the Awakening DLC, we'll also be introducing 4 new mega gumballs. This chapter is very much about introducing new concepts, but then also bringing it to a conclusion. We're incredibly excited to answer a lot of the questions the community has, bring some sort of resolution to a lot of the torment that we put our fans into, and then also maybe introduce some new concepts to have them puzzling out into the future.
So as you can see, it's on next year. Clear your calendars, because Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Awakening is available on February 2nd, first on PlayStation 4.
Get the season pass now. 4 DLC packs, 1 great price.
Holy crap, this map looks absolutely incredible. I absolutely can't wait to play this. This just looks absolutely insane, and my mind is just blown at what this is. So we're jumping into this. This is the Eisendrache. It's the first chapter of the Black Ops 3 Zombies DLC, which will take us on an epic journey with the Origins characters Richtofen, Nicolai, Takeo, and Dempsey. And this map is set in an eerie medieval castle built upon an ancient site of unspeakable horror. Massive deposits of element 115 have recently been discovered, delivering inspired new gameplay and, in Zombies tradition, a variety of exciting plot twists and surprises that we'll have the opportunity to discover for ourselves in the form of Easter eggs. Now let's break this thing down. So it looks like at the start we have a new traversal system. In Shadows of Evil we had the kind of train, and now we have what looks like a cable car system. This could either be the way we enter the map, because the castle seems to be high up in the hills, or this could actually be the very start of a cutscene for the map, because the scale of this just looks absolutely insane, traveling up this high distance with all that going on down below. I wouldn't be surprised if this was just part of the intro cutscene which they cut us off. Now the first few shots of the map once we get past the cable car scene seem to be these kind of weird floating things sparking lightning. To me that almost looks like they could be generators that we have to go around the map, and in order to power certain parts of the castle we need to power on these generators. It would make sense as this is quite an old castle. Now there's one shot here where you can see a trap on the left of the screen, and you can also see in the middle on this little bell tower it looks like a clock, which looks so similar to the one in the Giant that I thought it was just so awesome I had to throw that in. Now this map looks huge and looks pretty scary in the fact that it's stormy and snowing at the same time, which I think is a fantastic atmosphere to have. Now looking along in the rest of these shots, it looks like at one point we can see the developer working on a particular part of the map, and we can see a red circle on the ground. Now you see this again at some point, and I'm not sure what exactly this could be, but to me it looked very similar to one of those red circles that you get on the ground when you're upgrading the sword in Shadows of Evil. So this could be a very similar thing where in order to upgrade whatever the specialist weapon might be, if there is one in this map, then you have to kill something by activating something on that particular spot. The fact we see this in more places than one makes me feel that could be the case. Now the idea for this map, in my opinion, is just so damn cool. I love the fact that this castle was built upon an ancient site where many dark atrocities have occurred over the centuries. So not only are we going to have just zombies, but we're going to have something that's been hidden underneath this castle, showing itself at some point, that has been occurring over a long period of time. This is going to be awesome. And the site contains massive deposits of recently discovered element 115. So that's probably what is attracting the crew, and definitely Richtofen. It's very interesting that element 115 was just discovered in this site here, and I want to pay close attention to this little shot we have of the room when he mentions about element 115. Now this to me looks so freaking cool. We've got speed cola in this room, we've got the M8A7 on the wall, we've even got some chalkboards hanging there where we've got some interesting scribbles, but it's this thing in the middle. This looks so suspicious. This definitely has given me some vibes of Ascension, because we've got the little TVs that are hanging there, but it looks like in one of the TV monitors we can actually see the silhouette of someone. So this definitely feels like something to do with an Easter egg within this map. And towards the back of the room you can also see some more computers with almost like what looks like audio waves, where we could be getting messages from someone through that machine there and almost talking to someone with this main computer in front of us. Let me know down below in the comment section what you think of this room. It's definitely going to be interesting and will have a big part to play in this map. Now, not only are we getting this new map with Black Ops 3 Zombies in the DLC, but we're also getting 4 brand new Mega Gumballs. Now, recently, Treyarch and Activision have added in the function for you to actually use real money to buy liquid diviniums to get Gobblegums, and there were a few spots missing, especially when you look at the bottom row of Mega Rares. There is a square where another one could fit quite nicely, but we're getting 4 brand new ones in total. Now, I'm excited to hear about what these new Gumballs can be. There's actually some posters in Shadows of Evil which reveal 1 to 2 Gobblegums which we haven't seen in the game so far, and there was even talk about 1 Gobblegum which was supposed to be in the main game which isn't there, which we could be seeing in future maps, including the Eisendrache. Now, literally straight after talking about the Gobblegums, they had this up on screen, which I think is super cheeky of Treyarch, because this is titled Apothecon, and I'm pretty sure this is some sort of hints from Treyarch in how exactly we can upgrade the Wonder Weapon in Shadows of Evil, because at the moment none of us know. I'm recognizing some of these words to do with the Wonder Weapon itself, and the language that they speak when you get the Wonder Weapon is some really weird language which makes no sense, but we can see stuff to do with creatures, verbs, nouns, function words, and time, which could all be words which are going to be a language that we're going to see throughout all of the DLC maps, including Shadows of Evil, where we hear this kind of weird, angry Latin male voice say stuff when we do certain Easter egg steps. But we see stuff for elemental, Marguas, beast moding, pods, magic boxes, the ID gun, robots. I'm pretty sure that is all stuff to do with Shadows of Evil and not to do with the Eisendrache, but this could have some link into the fact that we maybe could be seeing either beast mode returning into Eisendrache or the weird language that the Apothicon servant speaks in future maps where we have all this stuff, which is just mental. There's one slight frame where you can see the stuff below the actual Apothicon stuff that we can see clearly, and it says some stuff like altar, blood, and then the rest is actually too blurry to fully make out. But Treyarch had given us some hints probably at what we can expect, and also stuff to look back on in previous maps, which I think is pretty cool and very interesting. They of course did not just throw this on without there being some sort of reasoning behind it. They're being cheeky devils and having that up because they want us to look at this and memorize and get familiar with this. Now, finalizing this trailer, Jason speaks about how he's introducing new concepts in this map, but also bringing a conclusion, which I think is a bit weirding of wording to use, thinking about this being DLC 1. Why on earth will we have a conclusion so soon? I'm not too sure, but these new concepts I hope are going to be really, really fun. We had stuff like beast mode inside of Shadows of Evil. I'm not sure if exactly that's going to be returning like I mentioned earlier, but there are going to be some brand new concept which is going to get our brains working and thinking in terms of finding Easter eggs and how exactly this map works. Now, to round up this trailer, Jason mentions that he's introducing new concepts but also bringing a conclusion, which I thought was quite weird wording, that this is only DLC 1 and there's already a conclusion. Now, at the start of the trailer, he talks about the Eisendrache being episode 4, which is weird because it's definitely not episode 4 because this is only the first DLC map. But if you think about the characters involved in this map, we have the Origins characters. Origins was the first map, then of course we have the Giant, we had Shadows of Evil, and now we have the Eisendrache, which is technically the fourth if you're thinking about the storyline of the Origins characters. So somehow he's going to conclude that storyline somehow. I don't know how exactly he's going to do that, I don't know what he means by that, but he says he's going to introduce a ton of new twists which may open up the storyline even bigger than it already is right now, which if he manages to pull it off, then fair play to him. I mean, the guys at Treyarch are just incredible at thinking this stuff up, and I can't wait to see what exactly they have in store for us on February 2nd. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and subscribe as I'll have gameplay and tons of coverage on day 1 on February 2nd. Thank you, and I'll catch you on another one very, very soon.